Now, this isn't anywhere near a full-fledged review of this game like I had hoped to come out with soon after release. But from the 10 hours I've played thus far, things seem to be promising for Hogwarts Legacy. You got this banging-ass intro section, Professor Fig's figging around. I'm having a good time casting spells going, whoosh, 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 damn, this shit is satisfying. Right up until I finished the intro section and entered Hogwarts for the first time. Holy God in heaven, my eyes! Look at the absolute stutterfest that is PC gaming! Look at it! Look at it! It's god-awful! Dude, I just don't understand what in the hell is up with these AAA games releasing with these god-awful performance issues on PC. Does nobody playtest this shit? Time after time after time, these games release with absolutely no issues on console. Yet when you play the game on PC, boom, what an unplayable freaking mess it is. Make no mistake, the PC performance has been an absolutely atrocious experience thus far, and this continues to be a trend with almost every recent PC release I've been hyped for in recent memory. A GTX 2070, an i7-10700K, 16 gigs of RAM, and an absolute stuttery mess of a game is all that my rig was able to output to the screen. And at this point, it should be expected that games just run broken on release, and within a few weeks, eventually they'll get around to giving some patches that'll fix the game up, no problem, right? But then I consider that they were selling a deluxe version of this game priced more than the standard edition, with the main incentive for you to buy it being that you'd be able to play 3 days early. Wait. So let me get this straight. You're telling me that they're selling this to poor schmucks to play this broken game 3 days early? And it's not even remotely playable on the actual release date? I'm so exhausted of paying full price for games that should work flawlessly out of the box, only having to wait weeks and weeks for the game to be fully optimized and playable after the fact. Thankfully, I played this off a friends list on Steam, shout out to you, Vex, so I didn't have to waste a dime. But games like these are the exact reason I don't even bother playing games on launch day, because I know that in all likelihood, it's just going to be a buggy, messy, unfun experience. I hate that this type of thing has become the standard for AAA games release, rather than a rarity. It's been years since I've seen a game that was properly optimized for PC out of the gate. Honestly, if you guys can think of a recent PC release that's been optimized well, please let me know down in the comments below because god damn, I can't think of one. What's even more baffling to me is that my buddy, who's playing the game on a bit more of a beefed up rig, an RTX 3080 with an AMD Ryzen 9 3900X, is playing this game with absolutely no issues from what I can tell. The only real noticeable difference here between my rig and his rig is a better graphics card and more or less the same tier of CPU, just a different brand. So my best guess is 1, this game is horribly optimized GPU-wise, and needs a patch for computers that aren't built on the latest hardware, or the game is just more optimized for AMD CPUs than it is Intel. Now, I'm curious as to whether this is the case, so if you guys would let me know what type of CPU you have down below and what kind of performance you all have had with Hogwarts Legacy thus far, that'd be great. Other than the awful performance issues though, I've had a good bit of fun with the game thus far. The world is definitely crafted in such a way that anyone who's even remotely a fan of Harry Potter will be absolutely entranced in its world. The game starts off with a bang to get you pulled into its world, the voice acting doesn't make me cringe with every word of dialogue, and learning new spells is addicting and just makes you want to keep playing so you can become a stronger and stronger wizard and/or witch. The music also has some really nice callbacks to the series. Every time you find a page hidden around the world, you get that familiar little and it's like, oh yeah, that's nostalgia. The environment, you can also tell, has been really lovingly crafted, Characters aren't just sitting there, they're actively doing things to make the world feel alive. Like this guy sliding down the staircase, or the dude juggling balls around while you follow Professor Weasley, or how the paintings move around if you look long enough at them. I really appreciated how many interactable objects there were in the world. You could grab a cup of tea off the table, start sipping on it, or cast a spell on those hedges to trim up the sides that are growing just a bit too long. The side quests too are integrated pretty well within its world, like that Gobstones quest where you have to run around and search for them in those hard-to-reach places, and using Accio to whip them towards you can be all too satisfying. But then you have that side quest with the wizarding duel, and the game is stuttering so hard you can't even react to the opponent's spells, and with one flick of my wand and the phrase PC Gaming, I've broken my monitor and $2,000 gaming rig in one fell swoop. The one thing I will say, outside of the god-awful performance, that bothers me about this game is how this game was marketed, and how it actually plays is entirely different. It seemed like Hogwarts Legacy was going to be all about choosing your own path. If you wanted to get down and dirty with it and learn dark arts magic and become an evil wizard, hey, the world is your oyster. Or if you wanted to be a goody two-shoes, that could suit your fancy just fine. But it doesn't seem like most of your decisions matter at all. Most of the dialogue options play out exactly the same, and no matter whether you decide to be an asshole or go with the nice dialogue option, it doesn't change how characters actually look at you, and you're still on a linear storyline. When I look back at the marketing after experiencing some of the game, I have to say, false advertising are the two words that pop into my head right away. I don't know, I wasn't really a fan of the marketing tactic when they haven't actually delivered on it. If it wasn't marketed in that way, I wouldn't have cared, but because it was, it leaves a bad taste in my mouth and what's an otherwise rather enjoyable experience. Because of these two issues, I have to give the game a resounding thumbs down on PC anyway, but hopefully within the coming days or weeks and a few patches here and there, I'll be able to make a proper review on this game touching on all the things this game has to offer. I'd also like to know what everyone else's experience with this game has been on PC thus far. Based on the Steam reviews, I don't know, it doesn't seem like too many other people are having problems, but there's a few here and there that are calling this game a stuttery mess like I am, so I know it can't just be me. Anyways, let me know down in the comments below. Until then, be sure to like and subscribe, or I'm gonna Expelliarmus your ass.